Video games in any recognizable modern form began in the early 1970s, with simple arcade machines like Pong introducing the world to interactive electronic entertainment for the very first time. But it was the early 1980s that produced the medium's first genuine cultural blockbusters. Pac-Man, released in 1980, became a global phenomenon that transcended arcades entirely, spawning merchandise, a hit song, and a Saturday morning cartoon, cementing video games as mainstream entertainment rather than a passing novelty. In 1984, a Russian programmer named Alexei Pajitnov created Tetris, a deceptively simple falling block puzzle game that would go on to become one of the most licensed and re-released games in the entire history of the medium, appearing on dozens of different platforms over the following 4 decades. When every individual version of Tetris is added together, its combined sales exceed 520 million units, a figure that makes it, by some counting methods, the best-selling video game ever made. Nintendo built its own dynasty during this same era. Super Mario Bros., bundled with the original Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985, introduced an entire generation to platform gaming and sold tens of millions of copies as a result. Decades later, Nintendo repeated that same trick with Wii Sports, bundled with the Wii console starting in 2006, eventually selling roughly 83 million copies and introducing millions of non-gamers to motion-controlled play for the very first time. The 2010s and 2020s, however, have been defined by 2 genuinely different kinds of giants. Grand Theft Auto V, released by Rockstar Games in 2013, generated over $1 billion in sales within just 3 days of launch, instantly becoming the fastest-selling entertainment product in history at that time. Remarkably, more than a decade later, GTA V is still selling briskly across 3 separate console generations, its total climbing past 225 million copies, with millions more purchased during the pandemic alone as people around the world looked for ways to stay connected while stuck at home. But the single most remarkable story of the modern era belongs to Minecraft. What began as a small, unpolished indie project built by a lone Swedish programmer exploded into the best-selling single video game ever created, now surpassing 350 million copies sold across every platform imaginable, from phones to game consoles to school computer labs, where it's now used as an actual teaching tool. Whether Tetris or Minecraft truly deserves the title of best-selling video game of all time depends entirely on how you count. Tetris as a single license spread across hundreds of separate releases, or Minecraft as one unified product available everywhere at once. Either way, both stand as proof that video games have grown, over the past 5 decades, from a coin-operated novelty into one of the largest and most culturally significant entertainment industries the world has ever seen.